Hello, my fellow fans of Dungeons & Dragons, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights, the Shadows of Undrentide. Alright, last time I continued my explorations of the Kobold Caves, and I decided to go ahead and end the episode right before I talked to the Kobold chieften. Now, the interesting thing about this campaign is right here is one of the things that actually your decisions earlier in the game can come back to haunt you. If you let some of the lieutenants go in a couple of your encounters for the kobolds, they will talk with the chieftain and make him not want to kill you. I killed both of those lieutenants, so there's nobody here to talk on my behalf, so the kobold chieftain's gonna want to kill me. So, let's get right into this and see what we can do. This is going to be a pretty tough fight. He's got a couple of sergeants, a bunch of guards, and he himself is a sorcerer. So, let's go ahead and speak with the chieftain. Well, you know what? He's just going to say he's going to kill me, and there's a bunch of gurring and yipping. So, I'm going to start this right off like this. Get far enough back.
My steel will strike true.
Oops. Take the darts off and just punch this kobold guard. Okay.
My steel will strike true.
What's shooting me? It's his royal guard, basically. Okay, they have run up. I am going to heal myself because I am poisoned. Somehow they have entangled me through a wall. That is amazing. And the chief has begun his spell casting. So, oops. Dorna, follow. I said follow, please. Okay. Just want her on the other side, so we can do this. Now, attack Chris. Alright. So now, we go in here, use strategy to divide and conquer.
Indeed.
You should heal yourself. What am I? Constitution? That's not super important. Split. Okay, we're gonna split 3 potions. Give Dorna these 3 potions. Or I guess just give her 1. Give her 3 for here. Alright. And now we have Chief, I think his name was Arzig, so let's go ahead and tackle him, I guess. Oh, loot. Loot. One of the things I guess I could do is I could go let some time pass and let his safety spells run out, because right now he's got ghostly visage on. I get to talk to him. Oh nope, he's attacking. Okay, she has her own potions now.
Walk away from this.
Okay, he has ghostly visage on. Do I have a weapon? More damage than my fists. I think my fists are doing a d6, and it looks like everything I have does a d6. So. Okay, I'm gonna give her a couple more potions, because he seems hell-bent on hurting her. Actually, you know what? Crossbow does more damage, I think. I did critical damage and only got 3 damage. Fine. That happens. Hey, she actually hit for some amount of damage. I thought I gave... Oh, okay. I left her inventory open. That's why I was showing 2 Cure Light potions. Ah, there we go. And she brought him down. Steal your +1 dagger. I'll need your ring of protection, your diamond, and your potion. I also have the Rod of the Ruler. Now, I can take this back to the Master Jumper. There is a sequence where you can get him to move the rock. You can also move it yourself, but I kind of promised that you'd get to see the kobolds move the rock because that's way funnier. And I'm poisoned again. Hooray! I'm just gonna heal myself. Okay. Ooh, gloves of spellcraft. Oh, gloves of the yellow rose. Well, I wish I would have noticed that I had these. These give me a +1 to my attack, plus some electrical damage. And they're only usable by a monk. Alright, so let's go get the Master Jumper Klumpf, I think was his name. And we'll show Kobold ingenious, or ingenuity would be the better word of saying. Look, look, you are back. You brings me the rod. Is this the rod? Here you go. Yep. Who has the rod? As you gets it from Chief. Yep. Me not really wants to know that. Maybe we get newer, smarter Chief. Yep. Well, me helps you. Me beats you a big rock. Yep. Alright, so Kobold ingenuity and mechanical know-how on display. So we run back out here, and you remember that tunnel I said you could go down, but you'd have to do it later?
Before me!
Well, I think I've ticked off the entire village now, so all of the kobolds are going to come after me. Look, this wasn't my fault. He technically would have attacked me first if I hadn't struck him in the head. I believe if you ever kill the chief, all the villagers turn on you, so, but they're not really combatants still. So they're just kind of running into a meat grinder. It's funny, because I said I was a monster last time. I'm actually being a monster. No, Dorna. We're not going to go seek out a fight. If it comes to us,
I steal
this, then you can get it. Yep. Follow.
Indeed.
You will regret
Come on. Stop running at me. You guys can't take this. I'm happy to leave you alone. And thankfully, once we get out of here, we don't ever have to go through the village again, so the 6 or 7 that I'm going to leave alive will stay that way. And look, there's so many kobold jumpers, and they're not angry at me. Yep. Well, who makes it? You ready for jumping? Yep. Yes. This is going to be good. Jumpers! Every kobold gets ready. Go! And the kobolds jump in the bucket to raise the massive boulder, which is shaped like a face. And there's the kobold jumpers. You should talk to Master Jumper. Good luck with Big Master. You be careful. He might be hungry. Oh, yep. And you watch us out for ice kobolds. They'd be different tribe. Them be tough. Okay, so if you also just decide not to trust the Master Jumper and you have the Rod of the Ruler, a secret door will appear here, and you can put the Rod of the Ruler into a slot and use it as a lever. But he is right. There are ice kobolds here, and we're going to beat up on some. And they have ice crossbow bolts. They also have, it looks like, ice daggers. Okay. Also, they don't go down with like a single hit. They actually do take a couple of hits. So. These bolts might be useful later on. I don't use them in this fight specifically because they are frost kobolds. I don't know if they have ice immunities or not. But I'm just going to err on the side of they do. Alright, Dorna, you're hurt a lot again. So let's go ahead and heal that up. Okay. Moving on. But be careful in here. It seems unnaturally cold. I don't like this one bit. Okay, I also want to be relatively stealthy. There are fights. Fudge. I don't need to do that. There are fights that I don't want to draw into my attention until I clear out side rooms. Okay, looks like I am unparalyzed. This one noticed me immediately. Will you quit targeting her? I actually have a good armor class now. Okay, grab all of that. They have a dead floor here, so this would be an excellent place to take a rest, cook up a meal. There's little tables, some bedrolls. Just kind of get away from the fighting. Okay. Stand your ground.
Indeed.
There we go. I just wanted to draw one in at a time. Attack nearest. Put my crossbow away. There we go. And unlike the villagers, these guys are worth about 50 XP. The villagers were worth like 10-ish, I think 8 specifically. Okay, there's 2 ice hounds up there.
Ortano, Fortigama.
Nope, looks like 3. Me. I'm gonna funnel them through the door. Nearest. There we go. Okay, so these guys aren't as hard as I was kind of remembering, but a lot of times I come in here as a pure wizard too, so my fighting skills aren't nearly as good. But then again, usually I have way more spells, and at this point, I'm pretty close to having a fireball, so. she's getting her sneak attack for once. And it turned on her immediately. Okay, should probably also be a little bit more careful. Some of this stuff trapped. So with that in mind, I'm gonna heal myself. Alright, what do you have? Crossbow bolts. Awesome. Magic crossbow bolts specifically. More daggers that I'm just gonna sell for 5 gold pieces, maybe, hopefully, something like that. Ah, there's 2 of you, huh? I wonder if I could put you guys in sleep. Let's try that again. I don't know if I can see there. I cannot. Alright, come on. Get in that position where I can see. Hey, 1 minute to sleep. There we go. Yeah, more short swords. Awesome. Hey, something worth actual gold. That's good. This back up. Some more crossbow bolts. And even more crossbow bolts. Alright, moving right along. I should be able to get to the dragon today, I think. Okay, so upcoming is kind of a funny situation. What did that say? There is a herd of angry cattle penned up. They must be food for the dragon. There is a general here, so let's start off this fight. Yep, new troubles. It shows. I said something, but I didn't quite get all of it. Oh, he hurts. He hurts bad. I'm gonna try and stunning fist him. And we'll do it again. Nope, I missed.
I need to be healed.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna do the funny thing. And I managed to avoid being trampled because these guys just run out and attack. And it looks like Dorna was returned to Master Drogon's area. Now, the cattle will fight the kobolds up here. And that general was hard. Now, if you want some free XP, you can also kind of pick off the cattle. But the cattle themselves are actually pretty tough, if I remember correctly. But yeah, you can see them trampling, fighting the kobolds up here.
Won't both walk away from this. You will regret that.
Nope, I want this one. Hopefully I can get an attack in. Now, the only drawback to this is the fact that all the cattle get the XP. And you can get them to go back to their pen. Okay, your stuff. What do you have? He had Clunk's Ice Blade. It does an additional d6 cold damage, and he has a light crossbow +1. Oh, that's our new crossbow for now. So I get a magic heavy crossbow. Okay, get out the way. Cows, get out the way. I don't see any more kobolds. So hopefully there's nothing else I'll have to fight. But I do want all this treasure. The kobolds left. Last little bit here. Okay, now at some point I might come back and just murder all these oxes. It would be a great boon to the town to bring food, but it would also probably tick off the dragon that I'm about to speak to. Ah, Timo Ferraro.
Well. A little intruder, is it? All right. Let's get a look at you then. Yes. Interesting.
You're quite aware that you're a human man, wormling. Of course I'm aware of that. You needn't get so excited, little one. It's hard enough to tell the small races from one another, even without all your silly inbreeding. So don't get angry at me. Now, let's see. It's been a while since I saw my last human. Your type breeds so quickly. However, I suppose it was inevitable. And you've come pretty much alone, have you? Very interesting. So, what are you supposed to be, little human man? I was thinking that you were perhaps the knight of a great kingdom, but then it occurred to me I might as well ask. I'm gonna be nice to him. I am no knight. I am a wielder of the arcane arts. Yes, well, not to insult the great amount of effort I'm sure you put into your castings, but that's nothing new in these parts. Even kobolds carry a little draconic blood in them, you know. At any rate, I realize this may not be your forte, wormling, but might you indulge a bored dragon with a song, perhaps? The kobolds are simply awful at such things, you see. I'm not certain I'd be better than your kobolds. Well, in that case, forget I asked. I once had a troglodyte attempt a song and dance routine that's... let's just say the nightmares were not worth it. So, enough of what I want. I'd like to find out what you want, wormling. Surely you came here for a reason. I'm here to talk to you about Deacon. Ah, Deacon. My finest experiment, really. You can lead a kobold to water, but can you make him think? At first I thought I would never be able to teach the little lad anything at all. All he would do is cower about me and cry, "Master!" if I so much as twitched. But he improved remarkably with time. Obviously, you've encountered him somewhere in the world above, yes? Tell me where he is now. How badly do you want to know? Not very. You can keep your information if you wish. I'll track down little Deacon eventually. It's of no great concern. But you said you wished to talk about Deacon, didn't you? What about him? He wants to be free of your service. Ah, poor Deacon. For such a little kobold, he has very big dreams. Very foolish dreams, to be sure, but dreams nonetheless. I should have never sent him away. I must say that this entire business with the artifacts has been rather irritating. I never really needed them to begin with, and acquiring them has been more difficult than I'd have liked. All that effort, for instance, and what do I end up with? A mask that I cannot even use. Genoa lied about the power of these objects, and a great many other things as well, I'm certain.
Genoa. How the mere name of that creature fills me with bile. The sheer audacity, the temerity. It is an affront to my draconic stature, I tell you.
Why? What did this Genoa do? Genoa first approached me 2 moons ago, sending a letter introducing herself and making a proposal that she knew I would find hard to resist. There were magical artifacts of great power within easy reach, she said, guarded by a dwarven wizard. Working together, we could overcome them. All she desired in return for her aid, she claimed, was a single artifact. The rest I could keep for myself. And which artifact was that? A statue of a tower, I believe. I imagine now it is the only artifact with any real worth. I agreed to her terms and found out after my kobolds returned from the raid that she had dared to attack them. She tried to take all the artifacts herself. And Genoa commands the gnolls, then? Try to keep up with me, woman. Yes, it is Genoa who commanded the gnolls to attack my kobolds. I had, after all, sent them in early to take all the artifacts myself. Smart move on your part. Exactly. I wanted to see this tower statue for myself, before I even considered releasing it to her. Why would she want it, after all, unless it was the best? I am a dragon, and I will not allow myself to be tricked by a mere lesser being. The fact that she attacked my minions only proves her deceitful intent. Tell me, what do you know of Genoa, little one? For all I know, you could have been sent to by her. None of these actually is truth, but this is the closest. No, but I've heard of her. I see, and that is good, for it gives me an idea. There's a saying amongst dragons, Wormling. It goes thus: sweet as blood, rich as flame, rarer than gold in this deadly game. Do you know what it speaks of? Revenge? Very good. Revenge indeed. I desire vengeance upon Genoa. Kill her for me, little one, and you shall be rewarded. Why not kill her yourself? Ah, now that is an excellent question. I imagine I very well could do such a thing, hunt down the little villainess and exact my revenge personally. Genoa, however, has superiors who wield a great deal of power. I'd rather not anger them if I can avoid it. And what do I get for doing this? Now that is a fair question, naturally. I would not expect you to perform such a feat on my behalf without some sort of compensation. First of all, you get to leave with your life. I'd be willing to free Deacon from my service, for instance. Does this interest you? It's a good start. Very well. You'll have that and other rewards as well, for his freedom is but a small thing. Now, will you do as I ask? Yeah, sure, why not? I agree. Such words are pleasant to hear. Very well, little one. A bargain it is. Here, I'm giving you a flask full of powder. Use it on Genoa and she will be severely weakened. It plays havoc, you see, with her unique physiology. Another gift for you. This is a key. Do you see that square-shaped rock beside the wall? Use the key on it, and you will be brought straight outside. Head south of these mountains into the region you call the High Forest. There is a cave of gnolls there, which Genoa moves. Go and do what you must, woman. I wish you luck. Okay, so that is Timo Ferraro. Now, there are a couple of things here that you can raid. He has a desk, for instance, and I think there was a pile of rocks. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different dragon. But I'm going to leave his desk alone for now. We'll kind of decide whether or not, when the time comes to it, if I want to kill Timo Ferraro, or if I would rather just leave him be. There are a number of things you can actually do with him later on, and we'll see. But for now, insert the stone. This takes us right outside to the Nether Mountains, and you can also use this boulder now to go back to Timo Ferraro's cave, so you don't have to run back and forth. But with that, I think I'm going to call this an episode, guys. So, as always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Neverwinter Nights, Shadows of Undrentide. See you then.